Hi guys, today I want to bring you a recap of February. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Journal of a Homeschooler, helping you grow where you are planted. Today I want to bring you a recap of our month of February. I can tell you that it didn't went as I planned. We had a lot of doctor's appointments as well. We were moving. You guys know that I moved and now we are in a new place. And the fact that we still need to accommodate ourselves to this new place. I already, if you notice, I add some of the stuff that I need for homeschool, and pretty much most of the stuff that we need for homeschool is already accommodated in the way that it should be. But we are still missing some furniture, and I am going little by little because I am just one. But I think that all of that contributes to the fact that it just took us from our routine. So now we are at the end of our homeschool year this year. We are pretty much trying to get back to that routine, and it's been almost impossible. We had other events that always affects our homeschool and affect us. So I think that all of that contributes to the fact that we are not working very well with all the programs that we were supposed to be working, correct? So I have all the programs and curriculums here, and I would like just to give you an idea and just show you and just express to you guys how this month of February went, correct? So we are doing the Bible Made Easy, and it's a program that we are continue using. It's this book here. We are pretty much halfway. I think I will say a little bit past half the Bible Made Easy. It's been working very well for us. This is one of the, I treat Bible as a subject because we do it every day. It's one that we are actually where we need to be, and I think we are doing really good, and he enjoys the Bible Made Easy, and I think that it's been working very well for us. I like the fact that I can just add our Bible. I can add and create activities for this book, and it goes very well, and it just keeps his attention and that he is able to retain the information. So it's been working very well. So we continue with this. During Fridays, usually what we do is that we create activities for Bible. We use these inspirational cards that I purchased at Walmart. I showed them to you guys before, and he can just color them and learn the verses from the Bible. And I think it's a good activity to do on Fridays. We read this book as well, which is Prayers and Promises for Boys. We do this book every time we do the Bible Made Easy, and it's just little verses devotion as well. It has some questions and verses from the Bible, and it's a good book to just continue reinforcing what he's learning from his Bible Made Easy and from the Bible, obviously. As well, we are doing the Key Truth cards from the More Than Words program. Even though we are now no longer using that program, we still use the Key Truths from the program by Rebecca Spooner, and it's been working very well for him. So that is a combination of what we are using for Bible. We use a sticker book for Bible that we purchased at Dollar Tree. We continue using that during Fridays for activity, okay? We continue with All About Reading. All About Reading is a program that we've been using from the beginning, starting from level 1. And it's been working very well for him. But I have to say that once that routine got broken, we haven't been able to work with All About Reading like we usually work with All About Reading. I feel like it's not going as well as it usually goes, and I think it's the fact that we haven't been consistent. And I think that reading, math, and I think grammar, spelling, all those subjects, language arts, is something that you need your kid to be consistent with, and that is exactly what I think is happening with All About Reading. So we are on, I think it's lesson 39 or 40. It's actually lesson 40. Let me just make sure. Yes, it's lesson 40. So we are on lesson 40, pretty much way past the half of the book. It comes with 54 lessons. So we've been doing all about reading, and it continue works for him. It's just the fact that we haven't been consistent. And this is the type of program that you need to be consistent with your kid in order to be able to see the fruits of the program, correct? So I think that that is the reason why I feel like lately it's not working very well, and it's the fact that we haven't been consistent. Sometimes a program doesn't work for your kid, not exactly because the program doesn't work, but because you need to be consistent with that subject, with that program, and you are not able to do it. Then you see that you probably feel like the program is not really working, when in fact is that you need to be more consistent with it. And that is what is happening right now. But we continue working with all of our reading. We are trying to get into our routine again, and I think that is the reason why we feel like everything feels discombobulated, like it doesn't make sense and it doesn't go together. But we are working so far, and that is the reason I always say that just because you plan ahead everything that is going to happen in your homeschool does not mean that you are not going to have circumstances that will take you out from that plan that you had already, correct? So make sure that you're giving yourself some grace when you're working with these programs, and just to know that when you are planning, that doesn't mean that things are not going to change, that something might happen, something that you were not expecting can happen that will take you out of what you planned already. So just make sure that you give yourself and your kids some grace, okay? We are working with all about spelling. We are all about spelling level 3. We continue working with it. We are on lesson 13, and we are very slowly working with all about spelling, and that is okay. I'm going at his pace, and actually he expressed to me lately that I am going a little bit fast for what he really wants to go with the program, so I just slow a little bit even more. So we are going really slow, but we are moving, we are progressing. It's just we are taking our time because he requires that. So I am continuing with all about spelling. It's been working for us. We need more consistency. We already know that our routine got broken, all this moving and just doctor's appointments and all the things that happened this year. I think that took us apart from our routine, and that is the reason why we've been working not so well with our programs and curriculums, correct? But we continue working with all about spelling, and we are progressing just slowly, okay? The next one that I have here is first language lessons for the well-trained mind. We continue working with this program as well. We're going slow because we are taking our time. We do the enrichment activities that these programs have, and not every time that we have a lesson we do the enrichment activities, but for the most part we do. I do like this program. I like the poems. I like the stories. He enjoys the stories and the poems. And I think that he enjoys this program as well. What I like about this program is that it goes with his auditory. So it's just knowing the definitions of the parts of the speech is helpful, especially when he's working with fixed grammar. And I would like to talk about that in a second. But we are working very well with first language lessons for the well-trained mind. The next one that I am going to be talking about is about fixed grammar, and we continue working with fixed grammar. It's a program that has been working very well for my kid, for both of us actually. It's been helping me as well with my grammar. But I noticed, and I think this is something really good about fixed grammar, about these reviews that you do with fixed grammar. And I have a video where I talk a little bit more about fixed grammar. I have some flip through the pages as well. I will leave those links in the description box for you guys as well. I will leave a link for you guys to just check out IEW, because they have some free resources and they give you a period of time where you can try IEW free. So I will leave that link in the description box for you guys as well. But I've noticed that when we went for the prepositional phrases, he was having a little bit of a hard time to be able to explain what was a prepositional phrase. And that is the reason why I love first language lesson for the well-trained mind, because it's very gentle and it goes little by little, just explaining and giving those definitions and making sure that the kid is understanding. So I like first language lessons for that reason, and I like fixed grammar because he gets to practice a little bit more with fixed grammar when it comes to the labeling the parts of speech, when it comes to just being able to put in practice what he's learning. So I think it's a good combination of both of them. So he's been working very well with both of them, correct? We continue working with pen time. We are doing pen time 1, pen time 3. This is manuscript, this is cursive. Both of them are working very well for him. That's something that I really like, and we're going to continue with them. He's halfway the book. So this is manuscript, and I have shown them in here as well. If you would like to see that, flip through the pages, I will leave that link in the description box for you guys. And here he has his cursive, which he's been working very well with it. This is how it looks. I don't know if the glare will allow you guys to see that. Working very well with his pen time. We continue working as well with all things fun and fascinating. We're going very slow, but he's progressing, and that's the only thing that I think is important, the fact that he continues to progress with the program. And all things fun and fascinating is something that we really enjoy to work with. I like how structured is the program, and we've been working very well. He's going slow with it, and I am taking my time. Our computer got damaged, and he was doing his draft on paper, and then he was passing his complete work on computer. My computer got damaged, so that is slowing us down when it comes to writing. So he is, I think, on lesson 8, if I'm not wrong, lesson 9. But we continue working very well with IEW. The next one that I will be talking about is history, and we are doing 2 programs for history. So we continue with the story of the world, Middle Ages, and we are doing America's Story 1 from Master Books. Both of them are working very well. Obviously, we're talking about Story of the World, and we're talking about America's Story, but both of them are working very well for us. With the Story of the World, I am taking a very simple approach because we're doing America's Story. We are actually working with the activity book from America's Story 1. So we are using both books, and I think that's a difference, because usually when I see a homeschool mom talking about America's Story, they usually express that they are using the book, but the textbook, but they are not using the activity book. We are actually using both, and it's working very well for us. I think it reinforces what he is learning with the program and making sure that he's retaining the information. And I think that's very important. We are doing as well narration for America's Story. And this is the book that he's been using. And he just, every time we finish a chapter or lesson, he just do a narration here. And it's been working very well. For America's Story, we just read the chapters and we ask the questions. We're not being able to do a lot of the activities. We do the map and the coloring page. Sometimes we do an activity, but it's more on a rare occasion because we're doing obviously America's Story, and it's taking us quite a lot of time, correct? We do a lot of car schooling, so that is the reason why I'm pretty much choosing what we want to just take a little bit more of time. So I chose to go with America's Story, and he agreed with it, so we decided to do that. We are using as well History Alive because it goes very well with our America's Story. It's just to a different way to just tackle America's Story, U.S. history, and it's working very well for us. I show a flip through the pages of this book but it really goes very well with our America's Story from Master Book, and it's working very well. And we continue progressing with this book as well. And here I have Story of the World. Now we're going for math. For math, I think that is one of the reasons as well that took us out of our routine, because we were using Simply Good and Beautiful. We previously worked with arithmetic from Abeka. We decided to change to Simply Good and Beautiful, and I have to say that Simply Good and Beautiful didn't work, so we decided to just stop completely. And I purchased this book for $1 from the library just to try, and this is Primary Mathematics. He's been working with these books and it's working very well. I don't have the teacher guide, the home teacher guide, but so far, since we are using the book 2A, it's working very well for us. This is 2nd grade, he's in 5th grade, but I just go at his pace, and right now this is how we've been working with math so far, and he's been able to understand everything, and I can see that he is now progressing. I am trying to catching up with those gaps, and I just want to make sure that he's understanding everything. And that is the reason that we changed. I think that Simply Good and the Beautiful was making him overwhelmed. He was getting distracted. While the images are beautiful, and it's just got him distracted as well. The way that they explain the concepts, it just didn't work for us. So we decided to change. I am not saying that we are going to continue with Primary Mathematics. He already saw a program that he kind of like felt like will work very well with his style of learning. I am not saying neither that I will just stop using Primary Mathematics, because reality is it's been working very well. But we are just starting, and I don't have the teacher guide for the 2nd book, which I would like to purchase to see if just reinforce better the concepts for him, and he's able to understand everything very well, since I am not that good with math. But we've been working with Primary Mathematics well. The next one that we are using, and this is for Friday fun, is Math Minecrafts. After I created a review on this book, he was not paying so much attention. He started to pay attention again. I download a Minecraft game for him, where he can just put in practice what they suggesting here, where they are doing math while creating a world in their Minecraft game. So I think that's very important. It's working very well for him, and he enjoys it. So I think we're going to continue with it. Next, we're going for science. For science, we're doing skill sharpeners, and this is from Evan Moore. And it's been working very well. We're going really slow because we started doing a unit, it got interrupted, and then we decide to continue with Evan Moore, and we are going back to our units, and at the same time we're using this book, so we're doing the activities that are in here, and we are just learning from the information here. Will I continue with Evan Moore for next year? I'm not quite sure. I am thinking about it. If you have suggestions in regards to science programs, please leave me a comment down below, because I am looking for those comments, okay? He's been using as well a notebook to make note of what he's been working with his assignment, with his Evan Moore. And it's working very well so far. Like that, we are trying to complete the units that I had planned to do for this year. If not, we're going to keep moving them for the next year and see how everything will be working. Next is geography. Geography is one that is working very well, but we are a little bit behind. We're taking it slow because our routine got broken, and I know I sound like a city just repeating the same thing, but that's just what it happens. And it's obviously, it was something that was unexpected and took us out from the routine that we were having. And we got into a good rhythm at the beginning, but then everything started to slow down. And the doctor's appointments, the fact that we were moving, that just interrupts everything. But we are working with the 50 states. And I am pretty sure that once we hit summer, this will be completely over. And it's working very well for us, but we're going pretty slow with it, correct? And the last thing I wanted to show you guys is this planner. We continue working with it. I am just letting you guys know because I know I have created some videos in regards planning with my planning the week with my other planner, which is a simple plan by Mardell. This is the other planner that I usually I use most of the time because we do card schooling and it's just compact and it's easy for me. And I do use this one when we are at home because it just lets me, it's more space and lets me being able to plan more what I want, how I want things to happen here in our homeschool. So I think that this past month was one that it didn't happen the way that I was planning. We didn't had a lot of trips going on. I think actually maybe 1 or 2 trips, and I think that I was expecting a little bit more than that, and I think that that's how it went. I wouldn't say that it went beautiful our month for February, our February month, and I think that we still need to play a little bit of catching up and just keep moving. But I will try to slow down and go at his own pace, which is what I always try to do. I think the fact that all the things that happen during this year affect us and affects our homeschool. So that's very important to know that you have to give yourself some grace and that you know that not everything is going to happen the way you had planned. And that's very important that you give yourself grace and you give your kid grace and that you know that everything will be fine, everything will be okay. You are homeschooling, so you set the pace, your kids set the pace of how you guys will be working with the programs as well. That you know that as long as your kid is progressing, everything will be fine. That's very important. And I think that I would like to encourage you to just have that in mind, because sometimes, because we worry so much as parents, we worry so much, and sometimes we put that pressure in our kids. And I noticed that with my kid when he expresses to me that if I can just slow down a little bit will be nice for him. So that's what I've been doing, and I think that's very important that you listen to your kid, to the feedback that your kid is giving to you, and that you pay attention to that, because that will help at the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy the information that I just shared with you guys. If you did, please don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you then. Bye bye.